Hey guys, it's Mr. Sneaky, and this is my first video on YouTube ever. So for this first video, me and my friend are going to analyze the gameplay trailer of the game Dying Light that's coming out on Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4 and PC. So let's get started.
Yep.
We've been trapped in this concrete rat cage for 2 months now. Those still alive live in the barricaded safe zones. During the day, some venture out to scavenge and loot whatever supplies they can find. But at night, we are the hunted ones.
Welcome to your first look at Dying Light, coming out in 2014 for current and next-gen platforms.
So in this shot you can see a cargo plane flying over, dropping these supplies over the area, and can hear the female voice on the radio say they really need those meds. We could implement that the character is in sort of survivor group and that they're running out of meds and they really need to get to them because maybe the plane only drops them on a daily, weekly, even monthly basis, and that's why they're so important.
You see that?
I'm looking at it, Jade. 2 drops.
You have to get moving. We've got to get to that airdrop first. We really need those meds.
Dying Light is a first-person action survival game set in a vast and dangerous open world. During the day, you will traverse an expansive urban environment overrun by a vicious outbreak, while scavenging the world.
Okay, that was a good example of the destructible environment which will be in Dying Light. You will also see this later in the video.
For supplies and crafting weapons to defend against the growing infected population. Dying Light features free-running movement that allows you to move seamlessly around the world, from the rooftops to the ground, and everywhere in between.
As you can see, the combat system is very similar to that from Dead Island, in which you can take on max 3 zombies with certain weapons, which looks like to be the case in this game too, which is actually very good, because in some games you can just literally like kill 20-30 zombies with a baseball bat, which is also very unrealistic.
It's up to you to use different tactics when facing the infected. Sometimes it's best to face them head on. Other times it's better to find another solution. Each situation can be handled in many ways.
Jade, I need to check.
As you can see, the character reacted to the scream of the girl, which could mean that in those certain missions you can see these side missions like helping a trapped survivor, helping a screaming girl, which could possibly make your faction, gang, group stronger, but also could have consequences on the mission at hand, which you will see soon.
Something out.
Now?
It won't take long.
You don't have the time.
The sound of someone screaming presents an opportunity. Do you investigate further or continue with the mission? Each choice has different consequences, and the world reacts to your decisions.
As you can see, the character just got bitten by a zombie, but he really didn't seem to care, so maybe this could mean the infection doesn't spread through bite marks, but through something else.
Hey, love. What are you doing in here?
You have to go. My daddy's sick and really angry and he'll hurt you.
Hey, it's okay.
No, please go. Go before he hurts us both. Go away.
Jade, I found a little girl. She's scared out of her mind.
I know you could. need to focus on the job at hand. Look, I'll find her and pick her up before sunset. We lucked out with this airdrop, and you need to get to it before the vultures pick it clean.
With the little girl saved, our mission continues to find the supply crates before the sun goes down.
Holy shit.
When the player is facing overwhelming odds, often combat is not a viable option. In those situations, it's better for the player to avoid confrontation and use their free-running skills to escape and put themselves out of reach.
They're swarming like goddamn maggots.
Some food, blankets. The rest of it's pretty useless. One step closer.
She just saw the character climbed over the wall and arrived at the first airdrop, but some guys were there faster than him, so he got threatened by a gun and he has to walk away from it. So as you can also hear the female voice say Ray's gang, which could mean that there's some rival gang which they are fighting for supplies over, maybe the faction which could be also a fight with humans, we don't know.
And I'm gonna blow your head off.
I'm not looking for any trouble.
Get the hell out of here. Now! Fucking hornet.
Jade, I couldn't get to the first airdrop. Razor's men were faster.
Fuck! Okay. Just run to the second one. If we're lucky, those bastards weren't fast enough to get to it.
No, stay away! Stay away!
Not all your enemies are infected, and some have only begun to turn.
As you just heard him say, some zombies are not fully infected, so which means they could be more intelligent and fight in other ways.
As you just saw, a zombie busted out from the building. He looks very big, very muscular, which could be one of the special type of zombies. He looks a lot like the Berserker from the Gears of War franchise. It was also very big, very muscular. You could have two choices, either fight this thing or just make the most logical choice and run away.
What the fuck?
Darker, so move your ass! Look for the smoke of the flare. The crates should be around it somewhere.
Okay, I can see it.
It's nearly sunset, so move it if you don't want to get caught.
As you saw, the character pushed the zombie off the building through the roof. This is another good example of the destructible environment in Dying Light. We hope to see more of this in the game. Like destructible walls, destructible trees, destructible windows you can bust through, all that kind of stuff.
Just to note, the day and night cycle won't be this fast. The developers said already that with this part of the video just sped it up for gameplay purposes.
As you just saw, the character threw knives at a zombie. This is an example of some ranged weaponry in the game. We would also like to see some guns, some crossbow, maybe bows, all that kind of stuff.
Damn it, I'm late.
As you just saw, the player pull up a watch from his wrist, which would make a lot of sense, of course, because it's based on a day and night cycle, and at 9 o'clock the night starts, according to the game, of course, and the zombies come out in larger number, the hordes get bigger, the zombies get more aggressive, as you'll see later in the video. I hope this watch will be available at any time, and not just for this gameplay demo or this mission. Also, a little extra to say, those breaking bone things you see when the player hits the zombies, those will not be in the final game. The developer said this is for testing purposes.
Jade, I'm at the airdrop.
So, the player has just opened the airdrop, and on the right you can see explosives. I don't know what they are used for, but the player doesn't really grab them, so yeah, maybe they're not really important. But what the player grabs, and what's really interesting about it, is it glows and there are 2 or more syringes in it. Now, this could mean 2 things. It's either that it's to stop the people from turning, it's some kind of an infection stopper, or just medicine for diseases that are rare or something like that. Then on the top you can see boxes. It looks like to contain food, and on the left of those boxes you can see something like a bottle that looks to contain liquid things, maybe drinking water or some other type of liquid.
You need to hurry. Those things are waking up, so just be careful.
As you just hear the female voice say on the radio, she said those things are waking up, get the fuck out of there, which could implement that the zombies get more aggressive at night, come out in larger number, and like come out of their hiding places.
The night has fallen, and with it, the gameplay changes. The hunter has become the hunted, and the infected have transformed into something much more sinister. You must use your night sense to avoid detection and survive until the morning's first light.
As you just heard the developer say, when the night falls, those things become more sinister, more aggressive, and you have to use your night vision to get to the safe house to survive until daylight falls again. What I personally think that night vision will be, is it some kind like Altair's, Ezio, Connor, or Edward Kenway's Eagle Vision? Something like that, which you can sense when they spot you, when they don't spot you, when you can run, when also the game lightens up a bit, which you will see in later in the video, which will be helpful, of course, because the game is really dark at night, and it might be confusing to orientate your way around it. if you look very carefully, then you will see some kind of special type zombie, which will I call for this video the Hunter. And the Hunter looks to be like some kind of muscular zombie, very large, actually very scary in my opinion. And it will be some kind of very fast, agile zombie, which will be able to keep up with the player wherever you run. Just have to outrun it, which will be very hard, of course. Fighting will also be an option, I think, but it's less advisable in my opinion. As you just heard the player say, he said, "They see me," which makes kind of sense, of course. He climbed on a bus, of course, but as you just saw, that night vision kind of activated, which could mean that red line that comes out of it, which could mean the zombie's seen you. The white light, I guess, will be like when they are searching for you or just walking around. But as you can see, the character is really scared from the zombies. He's actually really scared, which I hope would be like for real when night is really scary. You really need to avoid night. I really just need to get the fuck out of here.
Shit! Where are you? Hurry the hell up!
As you just saw, the player evaded the zombies in a really cool way. When he ran a little bit, just made a quick turn to the right and got into the building. The zombies didn't see him, so that's very cool, of course. And then he got into the building, and you can see the zombies running past him. And as you can see, the zombies are really fast. And in the beginning of the video, you can see the zombies are really slow, lumbering, and that kind of shit. But on the real interesting thing is on the left, you can see the Hunter again. I think it is. And as you can see, he's very muscular, very big, of course, again. And you can compare him to the zombies at the end of the player's flashlight, and they're just a little bit thinner, a little smaller, but the Hunter is really big and really muscular, of course, which is very cool in my opinion. This is also a very cool feature of the game when you're running and just like a little slow-mo look behind you. As you can see, there are 3 what I think hunters are running behind them. As you can see, they have absolutely no trouble keeping up with the player, which is very cool, of course, because you have like really an enemy that you really need to watch out for, avoid, of course, and yeah, that's awesome. As you can see, this is a really scary shot. It's the Hunter up close and personal. As you can see, he's really ugly. The organs, the muscles, the infection signs are all popped out. And as you can see, he's really big, really muscular. Just what I thought he was. He really looks a real cool enemy. Really awesome. I really look forward to this game. So guys, that's it for my first video on YouTube ever. I really hope you enjoyed it. I personally enjoy making these kinds of videos, and I would very appreciate it if you just subscribe to my channel and leave a like below, and see you guys in the next video.
Thank you for watching a first look at Dying Light, coming out in 2014 from Warner Brothers and Techland. Good night. Good luck.